have to align this with your employees and investors. So your team has to be involved in what is happening, and they have to know that it's not about, just sending money to this, but they need to know what the impact that the company is helping creating in underserved communities.
Hey, how's it going? It's Tim Brown, and this is the Agency Growth Mastermind, and we're helping agencies grow. I haven't done an episode on this in a while, to be honest with you, but I think it's like our 12th episode. Today I'm with Trinity Heavenz. How you doing, dude?
Good, man. Thanks you for having me in Minnesota.
Absolutely. So his company and his organization is called Era92.
Yeah, Era92.
And they're out of Uganda in Africa, but I'll let you talk a little bit more about it.
Yeah, anyways, Era92 is a youth creative agency that is picking up young people off the streets, and then we train them to become software designers, website developers, and graphic designers. And then we connect them to, work and jobs to companies in the US and the UK. So that's what we do. And the profits from that help us train and employ more young people.
Absolutely, and we're kind of talking about, because we have been involved with Era92, and I don't talk about it super publicly sometimes because I'm not doing it for that reason. Yeah. But I was motivated to help just because it's really, to me, like anything that's training young people how to do a job that's useful. Then you're not just giving something to somebody, you're giving them the ability to feed themselves and to like have a good life.
To tap into their potential, because one of the things that aid does is that you're just feeding someone, but what we do is helping them fish for themselves. Yes.
Thanks for the tie-in there.
Yeah.
Yes. Teach a man to fish.
Yes.
So that's what I like a lot. That's honestly why there's alignment with, I think, Hook Agency, because that was part of what we've thought about, and we try to teach our clients how to do the things that we're learning. We show our whole process, all that kind of stuff. So, but what is the important thing? So I believe charitable stuff and like being involved with organizations like yours, even if, let's say, we're working on stuff, is a good move. I was just talking to you about it, how like I'm happy to give, right? Just straight give. But then also as a marketing agency here in the United States, like how nice is it that then potentially we can layer on services with you guys for, to be real with you, a cheaper amount than the United States. Like, so there's an opportunity there potentially for us to be more useful for ourselves so we can get a good deal. And then also for like our clients potentially to work with it. And still it's stuff that you guys can do, but it's not like, it's just a different price than if we were to do it over here. So like ultimately there's a good opportunity there. What would you say are the important parts of like layering in, like a charitable or like mission-driven elements to any company and an agency as well?
Thank you so much for that. And one of the first points that I thought about was choosing an initiative that is in line with your brand. And so what is unique about our relationship with Hook Agents is that what we are training young people in the slums, or what Hook Agency is helping every month to support of young people in the slums, is what they are doing here in the US. So it's you understand exactly that you're helping a young person in Uganda to become a software designer or a developer. And so the first point would be that every organization, every agency, if you're in SEO, if you can choose a social initiative that is in line with what you're doing, and there are hundreds of them right now. So that would be,
And like part of our mission as a company, so let's say, take a look at your mission. What is your mission? Do you have something that's a social component? So our social component is that we want, like it's in our mission that we are trying to help with job creation. Job creation.
Yeah, you told me about it.
And so job creation by growing as a company, but then potentially also through some social organizations like yours, like that's also helping with job creation. Ultimately, I really believe that a job is an extremely valuable thing
everywhere.
Yeah, and like to be able to help create more of those in whatever way, shape, or form. We talk about it also within mentoring people.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of times that's mentoring other employees or that type of thing, but it's also like, hey, mentoring you a little bit, and then and then he mentors me too. So there's that back and forth, and we're learning from each other. And also, I'll say it. I feel like I have a very privileged position here in the United States, where well, your guys' shit is cheaper over there too. So I'm just saying, but there's so much opportunity, and like there's a lot of business to be had here, and we are able to be useful to people. But you guys have your own kind of like unique opportunities over there too. But I also feel like I'm just learning, because I don't think you take things for granted.
No, we don't.
So I learned from you, because I feel like you don't have like I don't know, I'm just gonna say like fancy mindset. Like I don't feel like you need much to feel good.
Yeah.
And then also like, I think that's useful for me to see and learn from, and kind of learn from what you guys are doing there, which it's not particularly fancy. Although you guys are getting a cooler office now.
Yeah,
right?
we do.
A little bit cooler office.
We try not much. We are trying to learn from you guys. Anyways.
But ultimately, like then to me, I say like we did this partly because we want to keep great people.
Yeah.
And you're saying like even over there, if you create great graphic designers and developers, like people will swoop in and grab them.
Exactly.
So it's kind of creating a cool environment helps like keep your best people too.
Exactly. Yeah, we compete for them. Yeah, that's one of the points. And then another point for any organization or agents that is trying to really maximize their impact, or trying to be helpful in the community, is that you have to align this with your employees and investors. So your team has to be involved in what is happening, and they have to know that it's not about just sending money to this, but they need to know what the impact that the company is helping creating in underserved communities. So I think that's one of the points that
exactly. So Trinity was telling me, because he sends us like a little highlight of like somebody that's like our money may have gone to help or whatever, and like I share that within the team. I like usually when I get it, so I put it in our Slack, and I just like let people know. Ultimately, I'm trying to create an environment that has social connectivity to it.
Yeah.
That's in Minneapolis, and it's around the world, like, so I think that's something to like, I really do think that makes it a little easier to like, I say I'm greedy. I'm greedy. I want money. I want to do awesome work for clients. I want to make a real impact in the world, and I want to have fun. Like, I want it all, man.
Yeah.
Like, I want it all. Like, I think that it's okay to want it all.
Yeah.
And that impact in the world piece, I know that the best employees also want that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because I was one.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we didn't do anything. Well, I don't think, okay, fine. I think we volunteered every once in a while, which we do here as well. But like, we didn't do enough. And I felt like, if we are in a position where we have a lot and we feel like we're abundance, it's overflowing, like we should be doing more, and I think our employees want to.
I think
they want to.
Yeah, every one of us has this ingredient of contribution. Once you've gotten something, you want to contribute some, and that's exactly what you're hoping do to your employees here at Hook Agents, and it's a very special thing.
And your employees, if you're watching this and you're an agency or an organization, your employees want that.
Yeah, they
want that. I did a CEO swap for a day with a roofing company, and their employees were talking about what they could do because they didn't feel like they were giving enough in the community.
Wow.
And like, what can you do? Excuse me. We just ate lunch. What can you do? Well, there's ways to do that on a monthly basis. So, like, I think volunteering is great, and I think you should do it because it's good for you to go out and actually do something. But I think giving in a way that's like, I'm happy to give you guys on a monthly basis. Because at least there's that. If we didn't get to volunteer that month, at least there's that. We are always doing that. Like, and I feel like that's just one opportunity. I think like your employees are looking for, hey, how are we giving back? And especially if you put it in your marketing materials.
Exactly.
And I know some of you are, and that's okay. I'm not telling you it's bad.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, if you're doing it, make sure you're doing it regularly, and
Yeah.
like giving on a monthly basis is a way to do that.
Exactly.
And Era92 is a great place to give it to.
Yeah. And then actually,
Or just something
Yeah.
that you believe in.
Yeah, you just summed up my point. Is that put your money where your mouth is. I think that's the point that you're talking about. Yeah. Just give something and be involved in that thing, and just not the money alone, but also think about a project and highlight it. And one of the last points was document this. Let this be. If you get permission, as you said, from the organization you're helping, then highlight it. This is some good news that everyone is looking out for.
I don't want to get highlighted though, because then I look like I'm trying to come off as a good.
No.
I'm a good person.
You are a good person indeed, and you for 1 year almost you've not been showing that. I think it's right time to show it. Okay. We just sent you a good report. Did you see that?
I did. Yeah. So no, it's funny because I feel guilty sharing with the world that we are doing something good. Well, I always feel like we could be doing more, right?
You can inspire other people to do. Yeah.
That's good. Which I think that's permission. We got permission from Trinity.
Yeah.
We're allowed to share this with the world that we're doing this. We're not gonna lead with it all the time per se.
Yeah.
But I think because I think that there's a certain way that you can talk about it that kind of seems fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like it's just not talking about it all the time per se.
Yeah.
But maybe
if you highlight it, like if we are helping these people give us business, that would be wrong. But every quarter you could share something about the kid that you've helped from the slums. That would be nice for the people to change the content a bit.
And what you're saying, he's also saying, is that it's good for them.
Yeah, true.
Which is like ultimately that's good. If it's good for your organization that you're contributing to, then and like you said, you're inspiring other people to do it. That you could be making 4 times the impact just by sharing it online. That you're doing that. So, thank you for the permission.
Amen.
So that was put your money where your mouth is. What else is there?
Documenting and sharing that. That was the last point. And then the last point that I didn't think about it, just be authentic about it.
Yeah.
Most of the people right now, because it's a good thing, it's trendy. People are trying to capitalize on it and say, okay, we are helping these people, give us business. I think authenticity.
And maybe don't put it in your sales.
Yeah, don't put it in your sales
deck.
Yeah. But maybe if you're putting out a report or a newsletter, you could highlight some of these stories, but it shouldn't be like the overheading thing in your marketing.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
And so we are currently giving to this organization, but I think we're about to start getting some services from you guys. We're talking about where we could kind of work with your team to do some video stuff for ourselves, and then potentially you're talking to our dev team and seeing if there's any spots there where we could connect. So I think I'm just going to reiterate that point of it can be, you can start with money.
Yeah.
And then you can move up
the relationship.
Like in the case of Era92, if you ever decide to work with them as your agency or company, you can start giving them work, because I don't think you guys are just looking for handouts.
I don't know.
You're trying to create a business as well as this mission-driven organization. So the thing that really helps them, they have, what do you have, a $1,500 retainer thing that you guys do that's unlimited graphic design. So talk to them, check their offerings out for unlimited graphic design. I think that additionally it's websites.
It's tailored to your creative needs. So,
and you can do video stuff as well.
Exactly.
I think that there's a lot of opportunity for people to also ramp up to that next level to be able to, especially if it's an agency. This is a show for agencies. Think about how you could blend both that social awareness that we're doing something good for the world, and we're also getting cheaper services than if we had to hire every single one of these things.
Yes.
We're about to potentially, as the United States, go into a recession. That's where we're at right now. Sorry to let those of you who didn't know that yet.
Don't freak them out.
Yeah, but you don't have to hire every single role.
Yeah.
And not everything has to be a hire.
Yeah, exactly.
We've learned to every single department in our agency is a mixture of let's say usually it's about 3 people at least enrolled, but then there's an outsourcing component occasionally.
Yeah.
You know, like we have 3 writers, but we have flexibility with other writers.
Yeah.
We have 3 developers and flexibility with other developers. We have 3 designers and flexibility with other designers.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be in a position where you accidentally overhire and then you have to let people go.
Yeah.
Which you do have to do anyway sometimes.
Mm.
But ultimately, that flexibility component is really important, I think, in every department.
Yeah, every department.
And then I also think one big thing for us is we're implementing more time tracking.
Wow.
Those are big things for us, I think, this year is
Yeah.
like the flexibility and the time tracking.
Nice. You've had it.
You've heard it. What else should we talk about? We can just open it up. We went through the main topic very quickly. So what are you looking forward to? Is Minnesota your last stop?
Yeah, this is my last stop, and then I head back home.
What did you, what were all the states that you went to?
Colorado Spring, Colorado, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania, Philadelphia.
What's your favorite one so far?
So far is Minnesota.
Exactly. Exactly. If you we're going to MinSearch tomorrow, which is the search marketing organization in Minnesota. I'm going to be doing a workshop about getting higher on Google Maps. I think it'll be cool for you to see all the speakers there. MinSearch is a great organization here in Minnesota, and just trying to think about anything else we should chat about. I don't think I've got anything else. Do you want to do a little call to action for folks if they want to check you guys out?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so you've had it. We can't wait to see more agencies that are using their resources, their time, their skills to really impact the community, the environment, and everything else that is close to your heart. So if you guys are really interested in trying us out at Era92, please just go and check www.era92.com, era92.com, or if you want to support one of the organizations that is supporting young people from the slums to become, tech savvies, check out www.era92elevate.org.
Awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out, and we're hanging out the next, what is it, like 4 days?
Yeah, 4 days, yeah.
So we'll hopefully show them a little bit more of why Minnesota is cool in the summer.
Yeah.
It's not cool during the winter, man.
I know, I've had it.
All right, well, thank you everyone for watching. Have a good one.